So a little bit of background on landscape summary and auto 97th fire behavior. Go into the help center and search for that. Here we've got a full description page on it. There's also some other information as well. But what this will do is run flame map basic fire behavior for the landscape under 97th percentile conditions based on the remote automated weather station closest to your landscape. So this can be a quick way to get auto 97th model inputs to use in IFTDSS at 97th percentile of fuel and weather conditions, as well as highlight what's predicted on the landscape fire behavior wise in terms of flame length, rate of spread, fireline intensity, given those conditions. So this landscape summary is found in the planning cycle, landscape evaluation, and the landscape summary tile. I can select our landscape. We can also run this for just a single masked area or a single area of interest here. I want this for the whole landscape though, so I'm just going to leave area of interest blank. And select create report. You'll notice in this dialog we also have a chance to put in some notes about this landscape and model run if we want. But I'll go ahead and leave this blank for now and select create report. We do have an option in here to refresh the status. These can take a little while to run, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. That way we can do other tasks in IFTDSS. You can see if we wanted to check on this, we can check the status in Modeling Playground. So you can see it's submitted. It has not started to build yet. So it'll probably be a few minutes. You can see the Auto 97th model has completed. One thing I'll note here, if we right click on it and select View Input, we can see the conditions that were used to run this model in terms of wind speed and fuel moisture. 9-mile-an-hour winds at 315 degrees, 2, 3, and 6%, 1, 10, and 100-hour fuel moistures, as well as our herb and woody fuel moistures. And we can see fuel conditioning was used. And this adjusts the fuel moistures based on weather and landscape features. In this case, for extreme fire conditions. So with these inputs, we can open up the model output on the landscape and evaluate, given these inputs, is the fire behavior that we're seeing representative of the landscape? So go to my workspace. You can see the model has completed. There's also a summary report that has completed as well, and we'll look at that here shortly. All right, click and select View on Map. And we can see the model outputs here displayed, first with flame length. We can also toggle back and forth between rate of spread, fireline intensity, heat per unit area, and crown fire activity. And again, the Identify widget can be helpful here to click around to get a feel for what's being modeled on the landscape. So for the question of landscape evaluation, do these outputs make sense for our given landscape? I'm going to say yes. If the answer was no, I would have to likely go in and make some edits to the fire behavior fuel models or other landscape features to represent the fire behavior that we think should be on this landscape right now. You'll notice some areas of relatively higher fire behavior here in the center, and we'll take a look back at that in our next video. Before closing out, I mentioned the report that's created with Auto 97th. So that's in the workspace. You can select View Summary, and this takes all of the information we were seeing on the map and shows it in a quantitative format. These landscape summary reports will summarize both the landscape features as well as the fire model outputs. So you can see up top we've got our landscape information as well as the model inputs that were used. And scrolling down, we'll immediately see landscape features, elevation, slope, fuel model, and these are typically shown with the map. They are in bar chart format as well. You can get pie charts from this, and you can also view this in a table format or download this information for your own use in Excel. We've got different download formats, and you can do this for these figures as well. If you're creating your own report, you can grab a copy of these and put them in the report. And this same layout's used for the fire model outputs as well. So here we've got the flame lengths we were just looking at on the map. See, most of the flame lengths across the landscape, 1 to 4 feet, but there are some areas where we're getting into 8 to 11, 11 and over. And just for our own purposes, I'm going to download this entire report. So we've got a copy locally that we can hang on to if needed. This is stored indefinitely though in IFTDSS, but sometimes it's nice to have another copy on hand.